It is all over at Kings Wellington Stadium in Durban. Golden Arrows won as Gamangoba Mighty. But Trabo Bula Banenebula, the mighty Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns suffers their first defeat in a BetwayPremiership at the hands of Coach Mangoba Mniti. This is my views, my expressions, and if this is your first time here, please do subscribe, share, and chela nabangazi ukuthi we are here and sikuphathele okungaphathwa abaningi. Lami kama usiboniso sizo wakwamnikathi Sibonge, and I'm not alone. I've got Saibo Sandawana uqini.
Kwamba kahle baba.
All is well.
Yeah, it's a record now that Sundowns has lost their first game of the season. Something that I would say it was long overdue. It looked coming in their previous games. It was just a matter of time.
So you're not surprised by the loss?
No, not at all. And there's still a lot that is gonna come. The team looks very disjointed, and the cohesion is not there, and it's gonna be getting even worse with Ukamba Kutlano Lutlaka. I thought he was coming right, and then he had to go and take up the responsibility in the national team with the under-20s at the World Cup in Chile. Congratulations to them and Mapena. And so now we will see the introduction of Nuno's Ntabiling and the young man Bennett Mukwena, Cheers boy. And then already the team before these incidents of Letlago leaving and these guys coming in, the team was not doing very well, and so it's gonna take even more time. With teams that can play against Sundowns, it's gonna be very difficult. You hardly see shots on target now. You don't complain about a striker that is missing easy tap-ins or clear calls. You are more concerned about the creativity now. The ball doesn't go into the box. The ball hardly goes into the opposition goalkeeper. It's gonna be a very difficult phase, but we hope people are gonna take their job serious there and try and overturn this, because teams have been waiting for this time. And if they're not so serious, they are going to give teams a lot of advantage against this Sundowns team.
But what is the problem? What is causing this? And you are saying, Guti, this is just the beginning. More is coming. More tears are coming to Pretoria. What is the reason behind that?
The problem is we look like a team that was that had never had a preseason, or a team that was never together last season. We look like we are building a wholly new team now, whereas majority of our players were there in the past season, and they went into the Champions League final. They won the league impressively, and then they also went into the Nedbank Cup semi-finals with a few errors there and there, which they didn't go, which resulted in them not going into the final. The players that played the Carling final against Magesi, which again few errors there. You don't have to just dismantle the entire team and rebuild altogether. You just need to fix here and there and try and make sure that you improve the team. And then they also went to America, played very impressive football. We were told they won the people's hearts. They didn't win the games. And then when they come back into South Africa, they played totally different football. The coach even went there. He was asked about the Shushan and Piano. People know about Shushan and Piano in the world when they speak about Sundowns. But when they come back into the league, they play a totally different football. You don't understand why this is the case.
So you're not sure what could be the cause of this thing? Who should take accountability?
It's obviously the bench, but the bench doesn't go alone. There's people behind the scenes who take decisions, who designs the organograms of the team on how the team should be playing, who designs how we should be recruiting a player, and how players are managed in the camp, because Sundowns always has a big squad, and so you need to ensure that all the players are happy. then try and make sure that you manage the backroom staff as good as you can. But when you have a lot of people complaining behind the scenes about 1, 2, and 3 things, and then you end up seeing that happening in the field of play, where players just disappear. One game a player has a good game, and then the next game is not there. You don't get a reason. It's gonna be difficult. And the Ribeiro factor, Sundowns allowed themselves to rely more on Ribeiro. That they didn't think about a replacement. They were not before. They were not beforehand. They didn't like I would say forethink in future. And then when a Ribeiro situations come that he wants to leave, they also mismanage the situation, and then they bring in new signings, and then it's a wholly different team now. So it's gonna be tough. I won't want to lie. I just pray Sundowns people are ready for this phase.
Speak of the new signing today, we saw the mighty Nuno Santos. But it's amazing yena wathi igama lakhe Nuno Sanchez. But thina sithi Nuno Santos. But isn't that the replacement of the mighty number 10 Ribeiro?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a replacement for him. I also saw they gave him his number, and then he's playing more in here in the half spaces as a number 10. Didn't get a lot of minutes. The game was not favorable to us, and the weather didn't even give him any justice. So we're still gonna see what he provides. But today I think he kept everything in 2 books. He wanted to do one touch. He was not so adventurous, but I think maybe he's gonna give us an edge in that area, because that's one area that we're struggling with. As I said, the Ribeiro factor, the injury to Tembazwane, and the engineer manje kumshish. And so these 2 players, we've grown to live in and around them. The team has been built around them, and so when they start to have problems here and there, then you have a problem, because you don't see the ball being played in the D-line. When last did you see a Sundowns scoring a goal that comes in from the middle, from the combination pass that is initiated by number 10? When last?
One would then come and say maybe Golden Arrows are playing very well for Mamelodi Sundowns, as you saw how they were playing. They're totally dominating, more especially when it comes to attacking. And yes, you could see ball position in Mamelodi Sundowns, but on attack, Golden Arrows was always there. As a result, the shot and target, the attempts were way above Mamelodi Sundowns, even going to the halftime.
Yeah, all that I've said is not taking anything away from Golden Arrows. They had a very good game plan. They didn't sit back like a bus. It's totally different. I mean, a totally packed bus, like when they play against a Sundowns that is most feared. Today, they knew Sundowns is not so much feared, and the players that are supposed to be initiating Amapola for Sundowns are these front mid 3, which is supposed to be Matthews, Osales, and as well as there was an Adams today. All those guys, they are not so fluid, and they don't know how to protect the ball. When you come, you can easily dispossess the ball from them, and when you have such players in those critical positions, you are exposing the fullbacks, you are exposing the centre backs, and then as a Golden Arrows, you're gonna try and capitalize with the positivities that comes from the players like Umakwele, the players like Umtanti, now known as Undlovu, and the players like Ution. So you could see sometimes we're trying to play Eros Bayege in the first phase and second phase. When they come into the third phase, they intercept the ball, they play the ball on the wings. Muta was either overlapped or he has inverted, and then when he's inverted, he leaves the space there behind him, and then Makwele goes and he finds himself more with his centre back who is out of position, and then there's a lot of situations that were happening there with the overlap of Uzwane, the Arrows number 6, the number 41. I think he was too advanced today because there was a lot of space that was created from Amapola that arrows were intercepting a move. So Ungubeko will just play the ball Maxwell, and then Uzwane will go and add numbers in the middle. I mean, in the box there with Dion, and there was a lot of situations. I mean, there were a lot of situations that could have gave this game to arrows with more than the goal that we saw.
We see second half, we see Mamelodi Sundowns making quite a number of changes. We see new faces coming in. So was that still part of the plan, or now the coach is panicking and not sure what to do, and then we're just throwing in whoever that we think can produce something into the game?
It was a matter of a miracle, because you give Nsig Ntabeleng a debut, you give Nuno a debut, you give Bennett Mokoena a debut, you give Lebomotsiba game time, who hasn't even showed Sundowns going forward.
Yeah, just be fair to Umchita. He's been playing about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. He haven't got an opportunity to even show. Not that he hasn't showed to Sundowns.
You give a Motobi Mvala from a very unfortunate injury there on Cupido. So in the 5 substitutions you make, 3 of them are wholly new players, like they are giving a debut. We are playing away, the weather is like that. You have considered the moral is not there. There's no leader up front who's going to ensure these guys are gelling. The combination passes are not there. You saw a lot of balls Bennett Mokoena at your pass umda. So we are convinced ukuthi akabi khona le cohesion le ukuthi ngiyazi ukuthi mangiphasa ibhola kanje uzowenza irane kanje. And we saw a lot of balls there from Nunez trying to play combination pass to Motiba there, when Motiba was now introduced, trying to shield the ball, and then when he has to play a whole pass to Nunez, it's either he half pass and then it is when bazo intercept the ball, will keep the ball. But I want to say I was very impressed with Uchi's boy, the number 23 from MTC. I've had privilege of watching these boys playing in the MTC, and I'm happy Ubabona be totally chance. He was so little when he was playing more in the box, and then with the introduction of Mtiba and the other guys, I saw him being put into the left hand side. He did try to play those combination balls, and I think he had a good introduction as young as he is, because last week he had scored a hat-trick against Devon City in the MTC. And so he really deserved to go to a game time. And it's going to be a long time. I mean, it's going to be a long phase. I just hope the coach is ready for this phase, and if he's still going to continue with Sundowns.
But it was more than just a hat-trick. We saw 4 goals in the first half. Mkwena.
Yeah, in the
Durban City game.
In the MTC.
So isn't the game that made the coach say, I need this boy to come to the senior team?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. The boy raised his hands, and then these other guys just recently they left with the national team. So both those factors played a role which is very good.
Okay, let's go. Reyners? I didn't see Reyners. What's happening with Reyners? Was he in? What happened? Injured?
The next game awutshelwa lutho ngaye.
Or maybe it was a matter of giving others a chance.
But Reyners is the best player in this sluggish form. You cannot start a game without Reyners, or even not put him in the first 18. So asazi ukuthi une injury noma namakhathi, but he's the one. He was going to score today. Uthi kanjani, I don't know. We are living in those days today where Sundowns will score, but I cannot predict who is ukora kanjani. And so Reyners has been a player that has tried to at least atufihla ihlazo kancane kulento eyenzakala ethimini.
One last question. I asked you this question last week, and you said, I sobona asincenke sobona. Are you happy with Cardoso at the bench of Mamelodi Sundowns?
Cardoso is a package. He has a sporting director in his side. He has an assistant sporting director in his side. So if I say I'm not happy with Cardoso, the whole package needs to be involved in all of that. And so unfortunately it's not about my feelings, it's about their decisions. But I said last week we had won by 3-1. It looked pretty. But before that game, we had seen something else that we don't know. And we were very happy when we won 3-1. And I said, let's walk along. We'll see how far we can go.
Well, that's just about it. We are walking along as we walk along.
Yeah,
we're walking along.
Last game we didn't. Let's walk along. We were like, I'm a person who's hard to impress. But I'm saying even today, let's walk along. We'll see how far we go.
Yes, I agree with you. Let's walk along. We're walking along. Golden Arrows walk along with 3 points. Mamelodi Sundowns walk along with 0 points. So that's just about it. So this is my views, my expressions. If this is your first time here, please do subscribe, share, and tell others that we are here. And right after this, sibheke the mighty Amakhosi with Imaruba Galiazi ukuthi benza njani. But sizwa ngandlebenye ukuthi ikhosi selikorile, but we will see ukuthi how it ends. From mina mfana kamnika sikhaphela ucochisha bona maqoqo kuba ngihlangene ngithi hey bafa abantu imvula emlazi. Ngathi uzobuya neqanda.
Let's walk along.